The moment you drive a car off the lot, its value begins to vanish. In 2026, the combination of record-high purchase prices and elevated interest rates has made auto financing a primary driver of personal wealth erosion. Most buyers face a direct conflict between the need for a reliable commute and the desire to protect capital for long-term investments. This chart shows the average monthly payments from the first quarter of 2026. A new car loan now sits at $770 a month, while the average used car payment is lower at $531. However, adding interest rates to the data shows a different burden. While new car loans average 6.39%, interest rates for used vehicles have spiked to 11.43%, significantly increasing the cost of borrowing for older models. High purchase prices on new cars versus high interest rates on used ones can easily lead to financial paralysis. Navigating this environment requires a strategy tailored to your specific financial profile rather than relying on universal advice. Depreciation is the single largest expense of car ownership. Because it isn't an invoiced monthly cost like fuel or insurance, it often accumulates unnoticed until you attempt to sell the vehicle. This graph illustrates the speed of that loss. For a brand new vehicle, roughly 20% of the purchase price effectively vanishes the moment it is registered and driven away. By the 3-year mark, the cumulative loss reaches between 40 and 50% of the original value. When we overlay a standard 72-month loan balance, we see a dangerous intersection. Because the car loses value faster than the loan principal is paid down, the buyer enters a period of negative equity. Being underwater on a loan means that in the event of a total loss or a trade-in, you will owe the lender more than the vehicle is actually worth. The depreciation curve eventually stabilizes between years 3 and 5, with the annual loss dropping to around 10%. Purchasing a 3-year-old vehicle allows the second owner to avoid the steepest part of this cliff, while still securing a relatively modern car. In the 2026 market, the type of engine a car uses often dictates its value retention more than the brand itself. This radar chart compares 3-year depreciation rates. Pure electric vehicles are currently seeing a 50 to 60% loss in value. Rapid advancements in battery range and charging speeds mean older EVs struggle to compete with more capable new models. In contrast, non-plug-in hybrids remain in high demand. These vehicles retain roughly 60% of their original value over 3 years because they offer the lowest combined operating and depreciation costs. Brands with established reliability reputations further insulate these values, as secondhand buyers are willing to pay a premium for proven longevity. While a hybrid might require a higher upfront price, its ability to hold value often results in a lower total cost of ownership than a cheaper, rapidly depreciating alternative. Leasing functions differently than a traditional purchase. Instead of paying for the whole car, you are only financing the estimated depreciation that occurs during your term. This provides an immediate cash flow benefit, with average lease payments sitting about $150 lower than a new car loan. The trade-off is a lack of equity. Because you must return the car at the end of the lease, you enter a cycle of permanent monthly payments without ever owning the asset. To lower these monthly costs, many buyers are turning to 84-month terms or high-interest buy-here, pay-here lots, which can lead to thousands of dollars in unnecessary interest charges. To prevent auto debt from compromising your budget, experts suggest following the 20-4-10 rule. Put 20% down, limit the term to 4 years, and ensure total car costs stay under 10% of your income. Applying these guardrails often forces buyers to choose a lower vehicle tier than they originally intended. These financial boundaries ensure a vehicle remains a functional tool for your life, rather than a liability that drains capital away from your future net worth. This buyer scorecard helps to align these strategies with your specific financial situation. First is the young wealth builder. At this stage, your priority is maximizing the amount of money you have available for compounding investments. Your best move is to buy a reliable 3 to 4-year-old car using the 24-10 rule, keeping your monthly overhead low so you can invest the difference. Next is the pragmatic commuter. You log high mileage and require absolute reliability to protect your daily income. For you, paying the premium for a 3-year-old hybrid offers the best balance of low fuel costs and high resale value. Finally, there is the cash-strapped leaser. You may need a brand new vehicle for business purposes, but you are limited by your immediate monthly cash flow. Leasing is the mathematically appropriate choice for this profile, provided you accept the lack of asset equity in exchange for a lower payment. By identifying your specific financial constraints and applying these market data points, you can secure reliable transportation while still protecting your long-term wealth.